morning, beautiful people. This is Tanya. Today I am canning my version of chicken pot pie. Okay, so I have some chicken. Remember Sandra and I bought some chicken a while back, and we got 10 pounds for $3.33. Well, this is part of that. It had been in the freezer. So now I'm cooking my chicken up, and what I'm going to do is season it with some Slap Your Mama, garlic powder, and some onions. So it's going to take this, I guess maybe a couple of hours to cook for the chicken to be done. And once it's done, then it will, then I'll debone it. I'll deskin it, I'll take the skin off and I'll debone it. And then I put the chicken back in here, back in the broth, which is the broth I'll be using to can with as well. And to make my life easy, the Ball Cookbook said that basically this is chicken soup. Let me start out by saying this. All this is chicken soup. Okay? When you add the roux tour or the flour mixture to thicken it up, that's when it becomes like a pot pie. And you just put it in crust. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's not that hard. But the Ball would call for carrots and something. I can't remember what it called for. Hold on for a second. Let me tell you what the Ball would call for. And this is from the Ball Book of Complete Book of Home Preserving. Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving on page 406. It's right there. Chicken soup. Okay, and so they call for 16 cups of stock, store-bought, or you can, they have a recipe where you make your own. 3 cups of diced chicken, celery, 1.5 cups of celery, 1.5 cups of carrots, 1 cup of onion, salt, black pepper, and 3 chicken bouillon cubes. Oops, try not to set anything on fire. Okay, so that's what they call for. I'm not chopping all this stuff up. I have some onions, like I said, that we already, Sandra and I chopped up before. Y'all probably saw that haul where we did that. We chopped up some onion. We do them in two cup batches. It'll be fine. Again, I'm using Slap Your Mama as my choice of seasoning, as well as some garlic powder. I'm gonna let the chicken cook in that. So that's gonna be my broth. I'm gonna debone it, take the skin off. I bought these vegetables at Walmart, and again they have the carrots, green beans, corns, and peas in it, which is everything I like in a pot pie. So I don't have to do the work; it's already done for me. And these were like $2.22 for a 2-pound bag. So I'm gonna put however much of this in it I want in it. Because like I said, I'm doing more chicken than they're saying. So I'll probably be adding more vegetables. Mix all that together, bring it, warm it up. Then I'll be canning it in pint-sized jars. They give you the option of, Ball does, a pint-sized or quart-sized jar. I'm doing pint because if it's just for one person, pint will be enough. Even in my family, a pint will be enough for 2 people. But a pint will be enough to make a small pie. And if you need more than it, just open more jars. It's not hard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, bring this up to a boil, go ahead and put my seasoning stuff in, cover it, let it cook, like I said, for about 2 hours. And once I get it to the point where I'm ready to start canning, I will bring you back. And in the meantime, like I said, I also have to wash these jars too to get those ready and set up my canning station. But I will see you in a few minutes or in the next clip, and then we'll start canning from there. All right, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. It's been, I guess, maybe 3 hours now. So my chicken has cooked in this broth and made me some broth. And what I'm going to do now is lay it down there first of all. Oh, here's my chicken. Like I said, deboned it and deskinned it. Just put it in that. And turn my heat back up, because what I'm going to do is add my vegetables in here. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to put in. I'm just going to look at it and see what I like. That's what I'm going to go with. And what we're doing is just heating this up. Trying to keep it from splashing everywhere. So that's one bag. It ain't gonna be nowhere near enough. Let me put another bag in there. So I'm gonna do 2 bags of this, and if I need to, I have some more out in the deep freezer. And I add that if I have to. But right now, this is what's going in here. And like I said, we're gonna heat that through. Once that warms up, yeah, that's a little bit better. Once that warms up, I'm gonna add the chicken to it, and then we'll start placing it in the jars. And I'll bring you back once we get to that point. Because it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take this a minute to come back up to heat. And like I said, we're just trying to warm it up some. Okay? Alright, I'll see you in a little bit. And put the top on so it'll come to a boil quicker. Okay, so I'm back, and I've already started filling my canner. It's warming up for me. It's been warming up for a minute here. And thus far, I have a lot of jars going on. I've already done a dozen, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So I have 18 jars going on here. And I was just going to bring you back and let you see me fill these last 2 that I put in here. Oops, sorry about that. And I am leaving 1-inch headspace, just so you know. And if you don't know where an inch is, it's right there at that rim. But that's if you don't have the debubbling tube. But you can use a debubbling tube, and they'll put you at 1 inch as well. Okay? And by it being a liquid, you really don't have to debubble. But, you know, like I said, err on the side of caution. Get another piece of paper towel. Vinegar. Squeeze out the excess. Wipe my rims. Right now it looks like I'm getting more broth than I am meat and everything, which is fine, because you can always use that too. And we're putting that lid on and screw it fingertip tight. And into the can, there you go. And I think I can get one more here. Let's see. No, that's gonna be pushing it. We'll leave that alone. That's gonna be pushing it. Okay, so I have my canner set up to go. And this will be, because I'm doing pints, this will process for 75 minutes. Let me let you see what it looks like in the canner, because I have 2 layers here. Can you see? Yeah. And like I said, I went from wide mouth to regular mouth, because I had some regular mouth wash, and I thought I had enough of the wide mouth. But when you do your own recipe, you know, hey, you get what you get. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, my canner is already warm. I'm going to put the top on it, and then we will process this. Let me turn it around so I have it the right angle for me. And we'll process this for 75 minutes based on the size. and I'll bring you back after I get this processed. Alrighty, so I'm back. So this is finished processing for 75 minutes. It takes my canner approximately 30 minutes to come down from pressure. So I lock the 30 minutes. Then I let it sit with another 15 minutes, 45 minutes total, coming down with the pressure canner still locked into place and closed. And then also at that time, I'll take this off. Okay, I'll go ahead and take that off at that time. And then I'll vent it, open it and vent it, and let it vent for another 15 minutes. So all total, from the time it stopped processing, I've added on an additional hour. Now it's still hot, just so you know. But a lot of times the jars will go ahead and seal while it's still in the canner. And this also will sometimes will help stop in the siphoning process. Still open this away from you because it's, like I said, it's still hot. You don't want this steam hitting y'all in the face. And let's take them out. See? Still boiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out, and then I'll let you see what it looks like when I get them out. And again, this is just the first process, and I still have 4 more jars over there that I need to do. So after I get these out, then I have to do those 4 jars. You hear them? They're already starting to seal. And they just a bubbling. Okay, so I ended up with, this is 17 jars right here. This is 17. And again, I have 4 more that I still need to process, which will give me 21 pint-sized jars. And I was talking to Sandra, and she was like, well, what can you use it for? Or you might want to tell people what they can use it for. Well, obviously, it's chicken soup, so you can use it for chicken soup. If you want to, after you open it up, you can get some noodles added to it. Get chicken noodle soup. Get you 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter. Mix that together. Add the liquid. Pour the liquid off of this into that. Make you a roux. Add that to it. Put it in a pie crust. Get your chicken pot pie. If you darken the roux and let it, the butter and flour, and let it get a more brown color or a more rich color, you can still add the broth to it. This time, you just make gravy. And you can pour this over like mashed potatoes, or just serve it alongside of mashed potatoes. What you can do with this is up to you. Because I was thinking, what I would do is cook me some rice and pour the juice off of that. Let my rice cook into some of that, or use that to season some of my rice. You know, like whatever the difference is in water, I'll use that. Maybe not, we'll see. And then pour the toppings on top of it. You use it for whatever it is you want to use it for, but there's a number of things that you can do. Let your imagination guide you. That's the best way to tell it. Let your imagination guide you. All right, so looks like I said, looks like most of these have sealed. This one has not sealed. I think that's the only one I'm seeing right now that has not. So I'm just waiting. That one still needs to seal, but everything else looks like it's already sealed up for me. All right, so that will conclude this video on chicken soup, or AKA my version of chicken pot pie. And let me put that out there. Put this out there too. Because some of you may not know, because there might be some new canners, just like we're new canners. Might be some new people out there that don't know. You might want to know, well, why didn't you just go ahead and add the flour to it in the first place? Because the USDA has not approved canning flour, baking soda, things of that nature. Those are not approved items to can. Now, you can do what you want to do, okay? But they're just not approved to be canned. So that's why I don't do it. I try to follow the guidelines and adhere to those as closely as possible. Anything that we can is something that we've researched. Let me take that back. 99% of the stuff that we can is stuff that we've researched and found that it has been approved by the USDA or the Canning Association to be approved. To be canned. So we try to stick with that. And that was that last jar that hadn't canned. So we try to stick with that whenever we do our canning. So thank you for watching and following along with me as I experiment. Because again, I just took what was in the ball book and made it my own. You can do the same thing. That was a shortcut. I didn't feel like cutting up all those vegetables. If they had them frozen, everything that was in there can be can be canned. So that's what I went with. And you can add other stuff too, like mushrooms and things like that. You just need to check the processing time if you're just doing mushroom soup, because there is a different processing time. Okay, so whatever the item is that takes the longest amount of time to can, that's how long you can. In this case, it's the chicken. And a pint-sized jar takes 75 minutes. So this can for 75 minutes. Okay? Again, most meats or proteins can for 75 minutes in pint-sized jars and 90 minutes in quarts. And if you end up with one of those that's like a 24 ounce, you would still can that according to quarts. So you would still need to do 90 minutes. Okay? Alright. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a legacy. We'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Bye.